my father would often share me the stories of remarkable innovators and scientists like that of Albert Einstein, Thomas Alva Edison, Isaac Newton, and many more. And being a child, their stories really used to fascinate me because how great it is to invent a bulb. Or maybe how amazing it is that you are just sitting under a tree, an apple gets dropped on your head, and you discovered gravity. Like me, every child must have heard these stories, maybe not from their parents, but definitely in their textbook. And there we used to see a lot of names as well, but I was really curious to know more about the female scientist. So I used to ask my dad and my teachers that Einstein did this. But what about the female scientists? What they have discovered? And answering to my question, my parents and teachers would come up me with a list, quoting pioneers like that of Marie Curie, Jan Goodall, Janaki Amal, Kalpana Chawla. But this time, the names of the scientists were less, and the stories they used to share with me was brief. By watching this difference into the list of the male scientists and the female scientists, it always intrigued me with this one question, that why the working of women into the field of science and technology is not that much prominent. Now you all may ask that what's the difference, whether the role model is a male or a female. So allow me to share to you a more personal story. Picture a young girl curious for solving puzzles, fixing family's old TV, and having a dream of becoming an astronaut. When she expresses her desire in front of the society, these stereotypes asked only two questions. Firstly, that don't you feel that this dream is too ambitious for a girl? And the second one was, listen. Can you just follow a simpler path that is a little more feminine to you? Transform to now, well, that girl was me, and from being the mini mechanic in my society, I transformed as a prominent female speaker into the community. And from today, here I stand and just give it a live example that women too can break the stereotypes. But unfortunately, not every girl is like me. There are still thousands and lakhs of girls who are sitting at the corner of their rooms and finding it really hard to pursue their passion. Allow me to bring to you the UNESCO report, and according to that, we have only 28 to 32% of women working in STEM. And mark it, this percentage has not even changed into the last 10 to 15 years. Mark this, 10 to 15 years. Before we move further today, I just want to ask you all that how many of you already know that what is STEM and what is the ratio of women in STEM? Please raise your hands. Surprisingly, I can see only 3 to 4 hands in this room. And to those heads who don't know what is STEM, then STEM is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics that basically involves problem solving, critical thinking, and innovation. Basically, a bigger field that helps to shape our world, and in such a field, we are yet missing on into the a lot of insights and creativity of half of the population. Okay, so firstly, let's address that what is stopping women to enter into STEM. Basically, there are these three core challenges. First is the gendered play, like how toys are shaping the mindset and perception of people. From childhood, women are being considered as the caregivers and caretakers. And on to the contrary edge, when we see men, they are always considered as the nation builders, explorers, experimentalists. Second core challenge that they face is into the schools and the colleges. Here, teachers and professors knowingly and unknowingly promote male students more into the field of science and technology, and this causes a sense of disencouragement into women because they are being always pushed towards the activities like that of arts, dancing, singing, and music. Third core challenge, from classroom to boardroom, nothing is being changed. We have seen that women is evolving and are coming to the leadership roles, but they have to face a lot. Maybe when it comes to their pay, maybe when it comes to the opportunities into the leadership roles. It has nothing been like that that women has never been into STEM or haven't casted their name. Because we celebrate pioneers like that of Marie Curie. In 1911, she was the first person to get dual Nobel Prizes into the field of physics and chemistry. The second pioneer, which I would love to quote, is Katherine Johnson. She is an African American scientist in NASA and was the woman who was the ace woman that helps astronaut to land on moon. The third pioneer which I would like to quote is from the current generation, that is Dr. Fifi Lee. She is an ace computer scientist and also excelling into the field of AI. Well, these are the few examples where we see women and they have done their struggle at individual level. But from today, from this platform, I want to make this a norm and not just a few exceptions. So, how we all can shrink this gap as being a healthy society? The simple mantra to that is by being wise. What does WISE stands for? WISE. Here, W stands for the women-led initiatives and workshops. We can have workshops at the school level, college level, office level, where women are being given the platform to pursue what they want to. Here I stands for the inclusive policies and practices. These things should be inculcated from the ground level and into the terms of our academic policies. We can initiate more and more policies that educate women about STEM. S. S stands for the supportive membership and collaboration. In today's generation, we have seen that when we collaborate at mass level, a lot of information is being passed. And here, the role of mentors and role models can be the ace role to initiate, not just educate women, but also provide them the path which they can follow. E. Here, E stands for equity and empowerment. We can't empower women until and unless there is equity for all the genders in our society. From pay disparity to the pay parity. From stopping women to enter into leadership roles to promoting women with equal opportunities like that of men. Real progress can only happen when we empower women in STEM. Not just for the sake of their success, but for the benefit of this whole world. Community of ours can be at the forefront to bring this change where women are not only encouraged as a participant to this field, but as a leader in this field. So I request from this platform that it's high time for all of us to reshape and rethink of our approaches to bring this mega field into more inclusive factors even for women. Thank you.